Today, I just wanted to show you guys my new pipe pack. So this is a pack of different pipes and fittings that you can use to make your scenes look a little bit more interesting. Not only did I create a bunch of pipes for you, but I've also given you all the tools that you need to create your own bends and your own shapes, which really just takes it to the next level. It also comes pre-materialed. The mesh pipes come pre-materialed in a very, very basic, simple node structure that is clean and easy to read. I'm only selling these for $1. You get all of them for $1. That being said, let's move over to a new scene. Let's build an art project with this pipe pack. All right, so I'm using Max Hayes Temple pack for the buildings here, but I did want to show you guys how I use the pipes to make the scene look a little bit more interesting. So I've dropped in a archway, and now I'm just duplicating parts from the pipe pack, the pipe sample pack, and I'm moving them over, building kind of a pipe structure that I will be able to reuse in other projects, but also kind of duplicate around this scene, which really helps sell like the world is a little more lived in. I've noticed that just using, especially with this temple pack from Max Hay or his arches and stuff like that, it's great. They all have kind of unique materials that are all blending together really well, looking very realistic. But to really sell that a world or a scene has more than just one kind of group of buildings, you need to have other assets. You need to have grunge, you need to have dirt on the ground, you need to have leaves in the air. And there's multiple different ways that you can do that. You can use those. You can go buy kind of piles of leaves and things like that as well. You can model them yourself. But one of the simple ways that I've found to add detail to my scene is using pipes. I enjoy using the pipes. It makes it seem a little bit more Dwemer, if you will. I grew up playing Elder Scrolls, and there was something so cool to me. I know everyone else hated Blackreach. No one wanted to go down that path after the first time they played it. They're like, "This is the worst, the worst." But I loved exploring kind of Dwemer ruins and seeing the steam works just strewn throughout the rock, and that kind of cool dichotomy between old technology and cave dwelling was really unique to me. So even when I do fantasy stuff, even when I do very kind of medieval stuff, I like to incorporate this technology that probably wasn't as prominent back then as I like to include it as. Now I'm setting up the camera here and just trying to get some more assets in, fill out the scene, simple blocking, not spending too much time on it. I did want to change the material colors of the pipes, which as you can see here, very, very easy, simple to edit. Just change a couple colors, move some sliders around. And as you can see, I just duplicated that whole pipe build that I made. I joined it all together as one object, and then I just duplicated it, moved it around, and you'll see a lot of that throughout the build of this project. I'm taking the same asset and just duplicating it around, which is technically how these pillars were made by Max Hay. Is he did the same exact thing. Now here you see I'm incorporating some smoke on an image plane. It's just a fun little simple way to add some extra detail as well. I have a pipe kind of sticking out, and so I was like, well, let's throw some smoke coming out of the end of that, just make it look like it's a little bit more useful than just random pipage, even though that's legitimately what it is. You can always create meanings. Now, one thing I liked about the lighting here was when I made the sun go behind and come through the arch, and I was like, this looks cool, but I want to have more control. So what I did was I actually got rid of the sky texture, and I built that lighting setup using some area lights from behind the archway, and I set those to warm as if there's some kind of magical light coming through the pillar. And then up above, I used a cool area light to set the mood of kind of a a moonlight. So the contrast between the cool and the warm, I knew would be really fun to mess with in Photoshop afterwards, when I can make those colors really pop and be a little bit more vibrant. Here I'm adding just a few more pipes in, using again that same group of pipes that we built in the beginning, just flipping it around, rotating it, moving it. And I'm adding a couple more of those area lights just to get a little bit better spread. And I did end up adding in a character model that I got off of, I think, Turbo Squid. This is the scavenger, just a free dude model. And I do not think I got full footage of him coming in. His materials were not included when I imported him. So I just ended up kind of moving him out and having to connect the materials off camera, which is fine. And while I was setting that up, I did end up changing the angle a little bit, which you will see in the final render. Here, I'm just making sure the floor is lining up in a way that seems realistic. And here is what the final image looked like. Slight change to the camera angle, got the character in. Super stoked with how the lighting turned out. Now, this is after a little bit of post-processing of the image in Photoshop, but the main point of this video is to show you what you can use this pipe pack for, and how it can add great amounts of detail really quickly to a scene that just takes it from, oh, this is a great scene, to, oh, this is a phenomenal scene. So I hope this was helpful. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.